with elite CEOs, and today we're going to be talking about list reactivation. If you've followed any of our training before, you probably have seen me talk about our elite operating system. This is the system that we've built to grow our company. We've built over $100 million in revenue over the last several years, and we've done it by building a pretty rock solid back-end ecosystem, marketing system. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of that in a minute, but what we're going to be talking about today is list reactivation. So hopefully you're building a list, and if you're not, you need to be, but this could apply technically if you have a social following, at least parts of it, but hopefully you're building a list. We have hundreds of thousands of people on our list, and obviously the bigger your list, the more you're going to need to do these types of reactivations, but I'm going to give you some insight into exactly what we do. And what I'm talking about with list reactivation is taking that dormant lead that hasn't taken the action that many of you want them to take, whether that's purchasing something from you or partnering with you, or perhaps getting on a sales call, whatever it is your ultimate goal is. The person hasn't taken the option or taken the opportunity to do that with you yet. So what you're looking at here is our entire elite marketing system, our elite operating system. And just to give you kind of a brief overview of what we're doing, we're spending a lot of money on paid ad traffic, obviously. We also do a lot of organic, and we're driving our leads to a couple of different places. Number one, we send people directly to pages, so straight to page. When we run ads, we also run ads directly into Messenger, which puts them into our little chatbot system that we have pre-built out. And then that obviously fires off a lead magnet and puts them into the same types of lead magnets we're running straight to the page. We're doing organic efforts, which are driving people into Messenger. And then we're also sending people directly to, with call to actions directly to lead magnets and pages. So I'm not going to get into all of that. The magic happens here in our marketing ecosystem. This is where we have our community, we have our VSL, we have courses, we do email marketing, and we have our email newsletter. We have SMS, text messaging, we do calls, we have our setters DMing people, we do webinars, we do live events. We do re-offers, two-step social content. Some of what I'm going to be talking about is inside of our marketing ecosystem. And by the way, guys, if you don't have this in place in your business, you're losing money. You want to make sure that you do have it in place. And that's specifically what I'm going to be talking about today is this stuff right here. Because what happens is leads will come into your ecosystem and it creates kind of a log jam, or I guess I should put it, it should be, down here. They're not getting on to that next step where they're booking a call or taking the action that you want them to take. So what do you do to get those dormant leads to take action? And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about our lead reactivation. Okay. So these are the things that we're doing to get those people back in the mode that we want them to be in. So we're doing social two steps. What are social two steps? You might hear them called 5 Guys posts. All we're basically saying is, hey, hey, we've got this great piece of content. If you want it, take this action. So the content is one thing. They send us requests, whether it's a DM or they comment on a post. We'll have our Elite 360 system automatically fire back some sort of link. So the first step is them requesting. The second step is us sending them the information. So that's what a two-step is. Now we do these twice weekly on social. The bigger your list, the more you can do them. And so those are our social two steps. And of course, the things that we're doing two steps with are things like lead magnets. So, it could be a cheat sheet, could be, a workshop, it could be a training that we've done, it could be a course, it could be so many different things. I'm not going to get into, what lead magnets are here, but that's what we do with our social two steps. Then we do list two steps. Reactivations. We do both email and text. And typically what we're going to do is we're going to follow the same or use the same thing that we're doing with our social, right? Sometimes it might be a little different, really depends, but typically it's going to be the same thing. So if you're thinking, well, Ben, I don't know, I can't create all this content, I don't know what to do, don't stress about that because you can do the same thing for a lot of these things. So obviously with email and text, it might be a little bit different. So email, you don't want your text to be as long as your emails, obviously. So our text might say something very similar to social, like, hey, if you want our brand new XYZ, reply back with XYZ. And then of course our Elite 360 system will automatically send that back to them. By the way, you're going to hear me say that a lot. Elite 360 is a very powerful tool. Some of you who are watching this are probably already using the software, but I cannot stress enough, regardless of whether you use Elite 360 or something else, try to figure out a way to automate a lot of this stuff. That's why we use Elite 360. Okay. But the emails will be might be a little bit longer. There might be a little bit more content involved because it's not a platform that people are used to just seeing a few little words on it, like maybe social or in a text message. So email might have a little bit more content based around it. Okay. We do these every other week to our email list. And then we do, no, don't get me wrong. We're also sending daily email. Okay, so I don't want to take away from, if you go back into our marketing ecosystem here. So we've got our email newsletter, which we are constantly sending every day. They get an email from us. But what two steps are special things. They're things that are designed to be special, right? So you're drawing special attention. It's in addition to everything else that you're doing. Really, really important that you're sending that stuff out and you're drawing attention to it. That's the whole point, right? It's something you haven't done before. It's new, it's exciting. You're putting a different spin on things. It's getting people's attention that maybe have gone dormant. That's the whole point of the reactivation, okay? Then, of course, we do live events like webinars. And again, we make a big deal out of these things. This is a great way to kind of rekindle some excitement and some, get those people that are, a little sleepy, a little dormant on your list. Webinars are great for that. If you don't know how to do webinars, don't stress about it. Just set up a Zoom account. I mean, if you wanted to do them live in a Facebook group, you could. I mean, it really doesn't have to be that complicated from a technical standpoint. The key thing is, what do you do? What kind of content should you share in that live webinar? It should be really, really good content. It should give some great insight into how you're going to help people. Okay. Then we do what are called reoffers. So, and I didn't put the frequency, the live events once a month, maybe once a quarter, depending on how big your list is. We hit our list with a lot of stuff. So we might be releasing new things here and there. It really depends, right? If we're coming out with a new product or a new offer or something, we might not do a webinar that month for reactivation because we obviously have something that we're offering to the list. Okay. So that's live events. Reoffers, we do once a month usually. And what a reoffer is it's a way to, people who know who you are, they're on your list, they've been looking at you. This is designed to kind of push those people to make a decision. Now, I don't care if people work with us or not. Of course, we want them to, but what we want is people to make a decision. So a reoffer usually will be pretty attractive. Now, this might be extra time in the program. It might be extra features or special benefits that we haven't offered before. Could be a discount. You never know. It could be, you could do all different types of things. More time with you, one-to-one, could be a lot of different things. But we send this out monthly. And it does bring in a good percentage of sales every month. It's a part of our process. So that's reoffers. And then we do retargeting ads, obviously, and we do it on multiple platforms. So if we're running ads on Instagram, we're also going to retarget them on Facebook, and we're going to retarget them on YouTube as well. We don't do LinkedIn retargeting at this point, but that doesn't mean that we won't in the future. I would say go where your audience is, right? If you're working in that younger audience, then obviously Instagram and YouTube are probably going to be the two that you're going to want to piggyback on. If you work with an audience that's in that 35 to 55 range, then you definitely are going to want to be on Facebook, retargeting on Facebook, or your main ads are probably going to be on Facebook. But even if you're not running ads, a lot of you say, well, I just do organic. Fine. You still need to have retargeting. Okay. It's really, really important. So, do some searches, or in our groups, we've got lots of information and training. We have our Facebook Ads Academy that can show you how to set up an ads account. It's not that difficult to get it set up. And then once you have your retargeting set up, it really is you just leave it, right? You're not going to spend a whole lot of money on it because you're not getting that much traffic. And so with retargeting, you're only paying for traffic, or you're only paying to advertise to the people that have landed on your pages, right? Or interacted with your social, for example. So really, really important to have retargeting in place, even if you're not running ads. Okay. It's a great way to reactivate, and maybe you turn them on and you turn them off every once in a while, but I would leave them on all the time. And just allocate a small budget, maybe a few $100s a month to retargeting. And then, of course, you can do things like surveying your leads or surveying your list. We've done this in the past where we'll say, hey, we're conducting a survey. We really need your help. And this is great for two things. Number one, it's great to reactivate. It helps with the list reactivation because it reminds people that, hey, you're there. The second thing that this can really do is give you insight into your market right now, right? So what you have to understand, no matter what industry or niche that you're a part of, the market changes, right? And it changes fast and it changes a lot. So you need to stay up to date with what's going on in the mind of your target audience. Best way to do that is get direct feedback from your existing leads and sales and clients. So that's our lead reactivation. As I said before, guys, and I'll say this again, you need to start implementing some of these things, even if it's just one lead magnet and just one, maybe you're just doing email follow-up. Okay. If that's the minimum of what you're doing, fine. Do it, right? Get your pages built, come into Elite 360. We have templates where we've implemented a good percentage of this. Like 90% of this is implemented, pre-built into your business. I didn't mean for this to be a pitch for Elite 360, but I will put a link down below so that you can start a 7-day free trial if you're not already using it, or if you are using it, maybe you're not even exploring all of the features that we're giving you in this system, right? We're giving you pre-built funnels that have opt-in pages and a VSL page and thank you pages. Like we're giving you the calendar, we're giving you a pre-built email marketing system. You get the ability to host courses, the ability to have an email newsletter, send text messages. You can call from the system. You can DM people from the system. You can host your communities in the system. You have your VSL that we give you pre-built. You can even host webinars if you wanted to. We have a social post calendar. We do texting and all of our reoffers. All of this stuff that we do through our Elite 360 system. So it's there for you to use, and I encourage you to use it. Okay. So there you go. Hopefully that was useful for you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you have questions. We'll see you in the next training.